Hi guys, it's Ben here, bringing another Brawl Stars video. So today, we have two very special guests. They have 1,400 trophies with some brawlers here, and it's pretty crazy. So, we are joined by guest YDE. That's his YouTube channel on Brawl Stars. He makes amazing content. He's got some amazing high-level trophy pushing and whatever, so definitely check him out and check out his Twitter. It's going to be linked in the description and on the screen, you'll see it. Then we also have Skyrix here. He's going to start posting some more high-level gameplay on the YouTubes, but definitely check out their channels, give them some support, because this is no easy feat getting up to this high in trophies and a lot of dedication. I'm sure you guys could learn a lot about just how to play Brawl Stars at a high level and whatever by checking them out. So, how are you guys doing?
Well, thanks for having us on your channel. I'm doing really good, thanks.
Yeah, I'm doing also good. Thanks for having us.
No problem, man. Like, honestly, thank you guys for like pushing this far to see like the boundaries of how high you can push. Now, you guys are currently at like 1,431 with León. I think it's 1,441 with Spike. What is the goal? Like, how high do you guys want to go?
The goal from the beginning was just to get as high as we possibly could, and yeah, right now at the end of the season, I think we can get to around 1,500 trophies.
1,500. That's insane. That's pretty much triple than a lot of my brawlers. So, before you guys got to 1,400, like, Skyrix, what was your highest brawler that you've ever pushed to?
I think it was Terra to 1,036, I think.
1,036?
Yep.
That's crazy. Now, what game mode was that then? Was that before Siege or after Siege?
Yeah, that was before Siege. It was in Brawl.
Brawl? Okay. I think I always remember seeing you playing Brawl, so that's probably then. And then, YDE, what was your biggest or highest brawler that you pushed before this?
Well, I pushed my Mortis to over 1,000 trophies together with Skyrix in Brawl as well.
Brawl? Okay. Was this like was this before the update where they changed like the shot, right? Or Mortis was really
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So now 1,400 is a lot of trophies. How long would I say do you guys like push during the day? And is like what game modes do you guys normally play?
We only push in Siege because basically it makes all the other game modes completely irrelevant, because we're able to gain double the amount of trophies. And yeah, the thing is, we have to stay in matchmaking for average like 20 minutes, and yeah, we would still have to stay matchmaking for 20 minutes if we were to play like Gem Grab or Heist, and yeah, and we would only gain 2 trophies.
Gotcha. So I don't know if you guys heard that right. If you want to hear it again, how long did you stay in matchmaking?
Matchmaking takes like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, guys. So 20 minutes a match to just even get in a match. What is the trophy gain and the trophy loss up there?
Yeah. The trophy loss, it's minus 14 trophies, and we gain plus 4 trophies, and that's in Siege.
So in Siege, plus 4, minus 14. Oh my gosh.
So in the other game modes, that would be plus 2 and minus 7 trophy.
Okay, so any other game mode, plus 2. That's 2 trophies, minus 7. So have you guys lost a lot on this push up, or was it usually going on these big long win streaks, or?
Like I think losing gives us like minus 1 hour, 1 hour. And like gaining these trophies again is pretty hard, so like we are trying not to lose. And like yesterday we were in matchmaking, like, and it was pretty late, and I just fell asleep, and then we lost.
So let me get this straight. You guys were waiting for a match in matchmaking, the 20-minute long matchmaking, and you guys are probably trying to get the most out of Siege because it's only every other day it comes up, and it's late, and you fell asleep while matchmaking. And then you get into the match, and then you lose, and then you wake up and you're like, oh my god, just lost 14 trophies. That's an hour or so. That's an hour or so just wasted.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So now, when you guys play, do you guys normally in like comms, or do you guys just play like without talking, or how do you guys go about that?
Yeah, we are always in a voice chat, and then in between we just mute ourselves, and I watch YouTube videos, and yeah, Skyrix checks social media, and yeah, like
Seems
20
about
minutes,
right.
you can
I mean,
do a lot of things.
I mean, yeah, you got 20 minutes. You could
Yeah.
you could do it. You could go make a meal, come back, still be waiting. You know. So is like, I know you guys use Spike and Leon. Is that mainly just because you feel like those are the best brawlers on the majority of the siege maps, like easiest to push, or do you think it's because those are the maybe like two of the best brawlers right now, just in general?
No, just before like we wanted to do it, we were just like, what brawlers are we going to push? And like I just choose Leon, and Whitey just choose Spike.
Okay. So would you say those are your favorite brawlers, or do you have other favorite brawlers?
My favorite brawler is Piper.
Piper. Okay. Okay.
And yeah, my favorite brawler would probably be Mortis.
Mortis? Even
Yeah.
Okay. Do you still play him in Brawl Ball after the changes, or not so much?
Well, not as much as before, but I still try to make him work sometimes.
Do you guys think, like, when you were pushing up to your 1400s, was it a lot of like, I don't know how to say this correctly. Like, was the competition like always like pro players usually, or did you sometimes get matched down like after waiting so long? Like, so how was the competition like around those high level matches?
Okay, so basically, in order to actually gain trophies, we have to have an insanely high win rate. So, like, we play for the most part against players that are not as good as us in order for us to get such a high win rate. But I mean, OG, Bobby, really good players. We play them like a couple times every day, and yeah, I would say, like, of course, the best players that I match with, we will play against them.
Okay. So it's not every single time like you're just playing against like pro. Sometimes you get like some people that maybe just were pushed up a bunch and they're not as crazy as like the pro players and stuff.
Yeah, like trophies, they can reflect your skill, but some people, they just play a lot and get trophies, and when we match against them, we can win pretty easily. And yeah.
What I say Siege has a lot to do with that, like, because like you said, it kind of puts to shame all other game modes for trophy pushing wise. So, like, in general, just for trophy pushing tips, would you guys say, like, strictly if you want to get them as fast, like Siege, or what do you guys go about for like trophy pushing?
Yeah, definitely Siege. Like, it's so fast, it's like insane. Like, if Siege is out, you have to play so much like before it runs out. So definitely Siege.
Okay, now do you find you guys like not playing so much the other game modes because of Siege, or you still play them when it's out, just not to the extent of like, oh, I'm pushing up this brawler super high?
So we just don't want to play like the other game modes, just because matchmaking is so long, and like winning a few games gives us +2, and like if you just lose one game, it's like -7 and just resets all the way back. And in Siege, you get the double amount of trophies, so it's way better. Also, we don't have like that much time to play like the other game modes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Matchmaking still takes 20 minutes, and you only get +2 instead of +4.
Yeah.
So there's some good insight there, guys. Like, even if you get high trophies, it's the matchmaker that's the killer. Would you guys say, like, maybe Siege needs to be like nerfed a little bit, or do you kind of like it how it is? Like with trophy gain wise, because like you say, it's pushed like to shame all other game modes.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
what are your thoughts on that?
definitely changed Siege, but I mean, the intention was really good to give extra trophies for longer games, but they just didn't think of how long matchmaking it would be on top of the ladder, and like how it would be the only viable option if you want to push.
Now I kind of want to talk about the brawlers individually. Like, I feel like to get up to that high in trophies, obviously you have to be pretty much masterful of that brawler. So I'm sure you guys could shed some light on Spike and Leon. Like, for let's go over Spike first. So like, Whitey, what do you usually find yourself doing with Spike, like with his super, or maybe against like? Because I know Frank and like Bull a lot of time, or yeah, not so much Bull anymore, but he's in there sometimes. Like those close range brawlers, how do you deal with them, and then how do you deal with like the thrower brawlers in Siege and any other game modes really?
Yeah, like for Spike, his range, it's very underrated, because actually he got one of the longest ranges in the game with the spikes that come after his explode. And that's definitely something you want to use to shoot around corners and get to places that you wouldn't could with other brawlers. But yeah, also another thing is keeping in mind that doesn't have a lot of HP, close range combat, and that's where his super comes in really handy, because it heals him and also slows down his opponents, and you want to take advantage of. So in the beginning of the match, you want to keep your range until you get your super, and then you can push up.
Gotcha. Now, do you typically find yourself more of like using your super for those close ranges, or do you kind of like use it more for zoning, or does it all just really depend on the match?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the match, and also the brawler that you are playing against.
Is there any like bad matchup? Like, you know how sometimes like if you're having a tough time with the brawler, I mean, I was playing with you guys yesterday. I know like I could not handle like the thrower brawler, so just like switch. So like, is there any brawlers that you feel like are tough for Spike, and sometimes you'll switch off, maybe switch lanes or something?
Yeah, with Spike, it's impossible to play against a Barley.
I think I switched with you a few times when we were playing. I forget who was playing Spike, but I switched a few times, so sorry about that. So now Skyrex for León. So what is like your best kind of tips for him? Like, is it like for super, what are your best uses for that? Like running away, getting in close? Do you try and be more aggressive now when you don't have a super? Do you kind of stay back and chip like brawlers down, or do you still just kind of be aggressive? So what are your thoughts on Mr. León?
Okay, if you don't have a super and like in Siege, and just trying to get close to people and pressing auto aim, because with León you're mostly going to press auto aim, and because his shots you're dealing more damage, you're higher to get to the people. So just trying to get close to them and getting your super. So you can use a super, there are a couple of ways to use the super. So when you respawn, you can use the super just to get high to the action. Also, if like someone is right in front of you, you can still use it. Well, they will see that you use it, but you can just make them freak out, shoot around, and just trying to find where you are. That's also a way. And if you're like running out of super, and you're not getting close to like a brawler, you can just hide in a bush and just surprise them if they are coming close. But other than that, if you don't have a super, just try and get close to, like, for instance, a meter, maybe not a Spike, because he has high DPS. Yeah, just try and get close to them, get your super.
Yeah, Leon's crazy. Still, even if they nerfed him like 4 times in a row. So,
yeah.
Do you think he needs more nerf? Do you still think he's OP? Or, I mean...
I think, like, in competitive, you can... The best way, like, if León is in this, just stay close. But
yeah, group with your teammates and everything?
Yeah. If I would nerf him, I think I would give him a small damage nerf. But I don't think so, like... You can nerf his damage, but I don't think he needs a big nerf.
Okay. Well, you might be a little biased because you're dominating with him right now, but... So now, why do you for Spike? Do you think he needs a little bit of a nerf, or do you think he's pretty fair?
I think with Carl, with the buff he got recently, he's not that strong in this meta because Carl is a huge counter against Spike. So...
You think he's pretty good? Okay. So now, aside from Siege, like, what are probably the best game mode for Spike?
That would be Brawl and Gem Grab.
Brawl and Gem Grab. Okay. And then for León, what do you think is, aside from Siege, the best game modes for him?
Definitely Gem Grab and... Yeah, definitely Gem Grab and Brawl also.
Brawl? Okay. Do you guys dabble in Showdown at all or not?
Also Bounty.
Oh yeah, Bounty. Yeah, that's true. So there is one thing I want to ask about Siege that I forgot. So I feel like, because I play random a lot, and if anyone can maybe shed some light on is you guys that are playing at such a high level, is it more important to go for the bolts and secure those down, or is it more important to keep mid control, map control? So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, having the map control, it will basically just give you all the bolt. But in some situations, I would say it will be fine to just go for the bolts to, for example, get the final boss. And yeah, if you get the boss, you can pretty easily gain the control after the boss is dead.
Okay. And I noticed when I was playing with you guys for a little bit yesterday, like, say the bot was middle of the map, like rushing our Ike or whatever. You guys would seem to be okay, like just maybe standing right in front of it, getting as much damage and respawning. Is that because of like the invincibility, or just to put you back in the spawn, put you in a better spot?
Okay, yeah, like if like the bot is coming, just try and get as much damage as you can on him, and the best way is just to make like someone just die and respawn with invisibility. And I think that's the best way, so you can hold him like for 4 or 5 seconds and not get any damage.
Okay, gotcha. Because I feel like that's pretty key, like to keeping away the damage and whatnot.
And
so
if the bot is coming, you should, like as a León or something, like as a Crow Mortis, you should definitely go for the brawler behind him and not go for the like robo boss. So just try and get them, and yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So they can support the push.
Yeah. Spiky can go into the boss and hit with all of his spikes, dealing 15,000 damage the first time, and then when he respawns, another 15,000 damage.
jeez. Plus he has that super to like slow down that boss coming down too, if you have it. Like,
Yeah. Spiky is
Yeah.
really key on defense.
do you guys have any other general tips, like mainly for like just getting maybe better at Brawl Stars? Is it just like practicing with people you know, maybe, I don't know, or just like trophy pushing tips? Anything that comes to mind, just how to make people maybe listening a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely don't play with randoms. And,
Number one tip:
yeah,
don't play with randoms.
don't play with randoms. And yeah, just try and watch like YouTubers, like try and get like what they are doing with each brawler, how they are playing him, and just try and learn how to play a specific brawler.
I feel like there's a bad connotation with auto aim because like it's easy, but I feel like with some brawlers it actually is like it's like, why not? Like, do you guys feel that same way? Because I don't know, it's auto aim's it's a polarizing subject.
I don't really like auto aim in the game, but since it's here, I think definitely there's no reason to make it harder for yourself. And yeah, for the tips, I would say the same as Skyx, don't play with randoms. And yeah, for trophy pushing, find a team and play Siege only, because Siege it's just the way to go. And yeah, I think
Gotcha.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. So, last question here. So, aside from Brawl Stars, I mean, I guess probably recently it's been taking majority of your time, but do you guys have any hobbies outside of it, like, I don't know, reading, maybe other games?
Well, I don't really read that. I don't really read, but if I'm not like playing bosses or something, I'm just probably watching anime.
Oh, what animes, man?
Well, right now I'm watching One Punch Man.
One Punch Man? Okay, season 2, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm all about anime. I love like Black Clover, I love like One Piece, Naruto, anything like ReZero. So any of those, man, I'm down with that. So, huge anime fan.
Yeah, same.
What about you, YDE? What's the go-to when you're not playing Brawl?
Well, school it takes up a lot of time, but when I have free time, then I also play football. Oh well, it's called soccer in America.
Yeah. Soccer. Okay. Are you pretty good?
No, I just play
No?
with friends.
Just for fun? Hey,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. That's how I feel about hockey. I just play for fun, even though it wasn't the greatest. But thank you guys so much for joining. I hope
No problem.
I hope you guys get your goal of 1,500 trophies. Okay, if you guys, I feel like even if you don't get 1,500 trophies, you probably still are gonna share that experience on your guys' channels. So guys, definitely check out them on YouTube, Twitter. They're all in the description. It's up right now. Go support them. Like, the grind has been real and just crazy. You'll definitely learn something from watching them. So thank you guys once again. Any final words?
Well, thank you so much for having us. It was
Yeah,
such a nice time here.
yeah. Happy to be in one of your videos. Thanks for having us.
Yep. Oh, actually, he was on a video
Yeah.
a long time ago. It was back when I was pushing up a bow to 500. But thanks again, guys, and we'll see you guys later.